to this edition of Let's Talk About It. My wonderful guest today is Miss TAKAI Hicks. How you doing, TAKAI?
I am great.
Baby, good to see you.
You too.
As
you
always, as always. I'm going to introduce this beautiful young woman to some of you guys. Some of y'all might know TAKAI already, definitely in the city of Houston. She's one of the most awesome singers in the city of Houston.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, she plays everywhere. You go there, you're going to probably see TAKAI Hicks doing her thing. TAKAI, how did you even get involved in the music industry anyway?
Wow, that's a funny story. I was separating from my husband, and my cousin decided to take me to this little cafe called Red Cat. We walked in the Red Cat. I sang on an open mic, been so long, and that's how I started singing live music in Houston.
Wow, are you serious?
Nobody had ever seen me or heard of me or anything. I was just actually coming in for a drink. We were just coming in to unwind, and boom.
Wow.
God had other plans, and
Wow.
that's how that happened.
Wow.
And I was there for 10 years straight.
For 10 years straight.
Yeah.
At the Red Cat. I know that's how you and I originally met.
Absolutely.
Was at the Red Cat. But I
Right.
had no idea the backstory behind Kaya beginning to sing. All I knew was this person sang, but I didn't know that was the. And since that time, what's really amazing, you just never know about God's journey.
Right.
And the plan that He has for your life.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing now because I'm going down this lady's resume, and I'm seeing, okay, she's sang with Jennifer Lopez at this point. She's sang background for Houston's own Beyonce Knowles.
Right. LaToya Luckett.
LaToya Luckett.
Jay Holiday.
Jay Holiday. I mean, the list
Bell.
goes on. Regina Bell.
My absolute favorite.
Regina's your absolute. Is that
What?
right?
My absolute favorite.
What? Now
I
Regina's
used to
gospel,
emulate
isn't she?
her. Well, no, she was R&B first. You know,
R&B.
baby, come to me.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait a minute. Give me a little bit more of that. You sounding
My
good.
favorite song by her used to be "Make It Like It Was."
Make it like
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't. I'm not gonna
That
even try
and
to. But yeah.
the one she did for her kids, "If I Could."
If I could.
Yeah, she is a phenomenal. Now she's a first lady, and she's a minister. And she is powerful.
Wow.
You talk about a word, but by hands down, my favorite artist I've ever worked with.
Is that right?
You learn so much from them. She grew up in, let me see. I grew up in the glam era, which was the 80s, when all of the women stood in long gowns and with nobody naked. Everybody was beautifully, elegantly dressed
Classy and all that.
stood in front of a microphone, flat foot, and wore you out. They handled dancers. They just, this is me. And
just
so
their raw talent, I think, is what people
in
see.
that sense, that's how I do my shows.
Uh-huh.
I stand up in front of the microphone. I'm not dressed all racy. I actually like to dress comfortable.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah, I don't believe in getting your good clothes sweaty.
Is that right?
Oh no. No, I don't believe in that.
And I think that people have an appreciation for you just when you're yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, just do you.
Absolutely.
And so often we try to emulate somebody else, but I think we're more accepted when we're able to do ourselves, man, because that's what makes you stand out.
Absolutely.
Being like Beyonce don't make you stand out. Being like TAKAI Hicks, whoever that is, that's what makes you stand out.
Right.
So you have to be authentic.
Right. And I remember when I started growing out my fro, everybody would be like, why'd you start growing your fro? They thought I was on some spiritual journey. I was like, my beautician left and moved to Atlanta. I don't like people playing in my hair. My hair was this big when he left. He been gone 15 years.
And this is what you get.
Ta-da. I'm not going to play in it, and you're not going to play in it. And, yeah, we just going to see. We're going to just see what it end up doing, and it end up actually becoming a trademark. You know, people know me as the girl with the blonde fro.
Exactly.
But it never, I never started as a gimmick. It just kind of happened. I didn't want to change my hair dye color. My hair was blonde.
Okay.
So I just didn't want to change anything about myself just because I was growing my hair out. So
right.
I just kind of kept it, and it was at first everybody was kind of like, And then now it's so many blonde froze in the Houston area, it don't make sense.
Okay,
It's
can't
just
get
something
away
to
from a
do.
blonde fro. Every
Right.
time I see a blonde fro, I'm like, that's Cat? Oh no, that ain't her. Just another blonde fro, a
Just
clone.
another blonde fro, honey, in the building. So yeah, that's kind of.
So you know what? I want you to tell me a little bit about your experience being on the road with Houston's own Beyonce. Now,
Okay.
because you have the fro, you kind of stand out.
Right.
So people are gonna notice you. Are there ever times when you're on the road with different artists that they still might say, okay, can you tone it down a little bit, or are you, what has that experience been like?
There's only one artist, because she was a natural artist too. One of my favorite people and artists, Lettucey.
Lettucey, okay.
Because she had natural. Into this big ponytail and my fro ponytail. So it's times where I see the need and I pull back.
Okay.
But when I want to be myself, I do ask. Is it okay? I did ask. And it was like, well, just the mohawk thing. So I just toned back the mohawk and just wore a ponytail instead.
Okay.
But other than that, B actually liked the fact that I had a mohawk, and I had the fro hawk with
the
Beyonce.
fro hawk. Okay.
Yeah. I remember changing my hair. B is a woman of.
B being Beyonce.
She likes for everything to be in its place.
Okay.
If I saw it like that yesterday on stage, then today I gotta see that same thing.
Right. Don't surprise me.
Right. Don't surprise. She doesn't like surprises. Well, I didn't think anything of it. I took my hair down. We had been out on the road, straight from the Grammys to South America. So we didn't do no after party, no nothing.
Nothing.
Just straight on the plane. It was so bad. We was so mad.
Is that right? Y'all want to have a little fun.
But Grammy week, we had good times Grammy week. But yeah, we all knew Grammy night after parties is the party.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And yeah, we was at the airport.
I've actually had the pleasure of doing the Grammys too. And I had a wonderful time at the Grammys, and there are tons of parties before, leading up to the Grammys.
That week is crazy.
The night of the Grammys, I remember P. Diddy did a big party. Yeah. I remember, man, just everybody. Yeah. Everybody did the parties.
We were going to go to Maxwell's party. I was so excited.
Is that right?
They was like, oh no, we're going to get on a plane. I was like, what?
The plane?
Yeah, call time is 11:30. It was like, okay, it's 8 now. Nobody's getting out of there.
Right.
But actually, being that California is so many hours behind everybody, we actually performed at about 6:30. So people, it was 8:30 here.
Right.
So people thought, actually think it's that late wherever we are, but
Yeah.
food is always
I look forward to us getting some craft services at some point in time.
Yes. Oh, me too. I'll be back. Okay.
Yep. Get you a little something. Yes. I'm looking forward to more conversations with you. I'm having a wonderful time and all this good stuff. So we're going to be back in just a moment with Miss TAKAI Hicks. Kaya.
Yes.
Right now, everybody's talking about the Beyonce lip syncing thing.
Okay.
I think it's kind of ridiculous. I guess because I have a little bit of familiarity, like with you guys, with the artists and singers. So I know oftentimes tracks are laid and songs are done and pre-recorded.
Right.
So why do you think they're making such a big deal out of it?
Well, that's because everybody already knows Beyonce can sing. So I think it just took everybody back. But if you really want to get technical in this business, it is good to have a good pre-recorded song.
Okay, so it is good to have a pre-recorded song.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, she wanted to do a great job. It didn't mean that she. It's kind of like a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it thicker. You're singing to an outside venue. You want to make sure that everybody, as far as the speakers can carry sound, can hear you.
Right. Got you.
You know, her voice it's loud.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when you're doing something to that caliber, you want to make it big.
Okay.
I just think that since everybody heard the distinguished voices between the two, they just decided, okay, well, she's lip syncing. No, not necessarily lip syncing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes some people only go so far, and then the rest is them.
Right. Okay.
You know, it just.
And I think they're just making a big deal out of it because it is.
And because it's her.
Because it's Beyonce.
Because as you can see, a lot of stars tweeted and Facebooked and everything was like, hey, she did a great pre-record. I should do that next year.
Yeah.
Or I should do that next time. So it's something that they all do. It's not a big deal.
Right. And it was interesting for me because when I was looking at some of this stuff, doing a little research, I also found out that Whitney Houston.
Absolutely.
On the one that she did that just was amazing that everybody talked about forever and still talk about to this day.
Hers is still the greatest.
Hers was pre-recorded too.
Yeah.
So people just got to get over it.
Yeah.
They're amazing talents. They're awesome. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
Record sales are not gonna drop.
No.
I mean, so I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Kaya.
Okay.
What's in the future for Kaya?
I got a lot of stuff coming up.
You got a lot of stuff coming up?
I'm excited. I'm excited about finally the whole musical journey that I've been on has prepared me to now step into my own zone.
To step into your own zone?
Yeah, step into my own, artistry.
That's fantastic. So tell me a little bit about that artistry, Kaya.
Wow.
The places that you're stepping into.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm a soul singer.
Yeah.
So I just plan to now, not that I still won't go out, I'm too good or whatever to go back and do background work. I love that. That gave me my start.
Right.
I would never take from that. It's just now I'm at a time to do something I've never done, and that's really, really take care of me and challenge myself with my own project. So at the end of the day, I can never say, oh, well, I didn't get to do. Yeah,
right.
I got to do it, and if it fails, that just means that's something else that I at least could say I gave my all to.
Absolutely. And you know what now, and speaking of failure, that's one of the things that when we fail or we see it as failure, a lot of times it's not. Oftentimes it's just the opportunity to go back and refine some things, make some changes, and just consider it a foundation to take you to the next place, the next level. So it's important that we don't look at opportunities when we don't get to the level that we want them to get to as failures, but just simply stepping stones. And you have the talent, the skill, and the ability because God has placed it in you.
Thank you.
And you're an amazing and awesome singer. I know personally, I just love hearing Kaya sing.
Thank you very much. I try. I do what I can.
You are simply amazing.
But I definitely know that it's taken me into different avenues. Like now, I'm a music teacher, vocalist, vocal trainer.
Is that right?
It's taken me into a lot of artist development. A lot of the young people in Houston and abroad are searching me out for whatever reasons to mentor them in music. So I know that even should I not say I fail, I understand that. That's a very good point.
Right.
Should it just take a turn?
There you go.
I'll still be a part of the industry.
There you go.
No matter what.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's the beautiful thing about operating in your gift. Because when you operate in your gift, there are so many other gifts that are attached to the gift that you don't even recognize.
Yeah.
And so,
a lot of doors.
Absolutely. Because think about it. You start out at the Red Cat. That was the beginning.
Right.
From the Red Cat, you end up singing with Regina Belle,
right.
doing background with Beyonce. Jennifer Lopez,
Right.
Lettucey,
Black Girls Rock.
Black
The
Girls Rock. I
Grammys.
saw you on Black Girls Rock.
I was on the
Yeah,
very
was that
first.
on MTV
No,
or
that's BT.
BET? On
Mm-hmm.
BET. Yeah, I saw you. I'm like, that go my girl. Look at her.
Yeah, I
And
did
you
the
know what I
very,
know? You
very
got that
first one.
that hair.
Yeah, yeah.
I said that go Kale.
That's it.
Oh, is that a
Everybody.
Kale clone? But it was her.
Yeah, it was me.
It was the real deal.
It was me.
So, what was that experience like for you?
Black Girls Rock was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Is that right?
It was a lot of women with no egos, but so much talent. Very spiritual space to be in.
Okay, okay.
It was great artists. The first one was by far the best one to me.
Is that right?
Absolutely. And not just because I was there
Mm-hmm.
and got to experience it, but even when I talked to the girls who went back, you
Right.
know, they're just like nothing beats the first one.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like Jill Scott, Kelly Price, Marsha Ambrosius,
Oh, I like her. She's one of my favorites.
a young girl named Chantel,
Mm-hmm.
Keisha Cole, Carrie Hilson, a lot of Missy Elliott. It was a lot of.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah,
I
they did
remember that.
awards to Missy Elliott, Raven Simone. It was just crazy.
And you know what? I think it's important that we have more things like that that honor our African American women, because so often we see these women now displayed in very negative light.
Right.
You know, from the rapper videos that you see them in,
Absolutely.
dropping it like it's hot,
Right.
exposing themselves. But I think it's great that women like yourself and the women that were a part of Black Girls Rock did that, because it gives us
Absolutely.
something positive to look at and to aspire to,
Absolutely.
besides dropping it like it's hot. So not only are you a singer, but you know you become a role model as well.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I invite the challenge. I have 3 children.
Yes.
So, becoming a role model and being a single mom, it's not the.
You can
And
handle that.
I'm we were speaking earlier, and so many people call me mother anyway.
Yes.
Because I like to, I'm always there to help.
Yeah.
And all of the people that's coming up under us here in the live music sector or whatever,
Right.
you know, that's how I get with them, how I end up becoming a vocal coach or a mentor
Right.
or all those things, because they look up to me. There's
Okay.
plenty of people they can seek out.
Right.
And there's plenty of people they can honor with the respect of calling them mother, but
Mm-hmm.
because I don't take it as she's just an old lady. I take it as she is mother.
Okay.
You know, a nurturer.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So yeah, I like that.
All right, that's good. It's so good that you can be in a position to have a good positive influence on the people that are coming up behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that it's important that we are role models.
Absolutely.
And don't be fearful of being a role model.
Right.
So it's good that you're able to step up to the plate with
Absolutely.
greatness.
It's
Yeah.
hard. It can be really hard.
Yeah.
Because everybody's human.
Yeah, everybody is human. Everybody is human. But God has positioned you to be where you are right now.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So I commend you. And I certainly say keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I know there's so much more to see of Kea.
Absolutely.
God ain't finished with you yet.
No, not
And
at
you
all.
still got that fan base out there waiting for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to just look for that hair. Just look for that red fro. And you will find Kea. Or either you might find a Kea clone. I don't know. Because I see some clones walking around.
Well.
I done seen some Kea clones. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's so many. I call it it's a privilege. I like it. It's an honor. And some people actually, like, I grew my hair out because I saw yours.
Yeah.
And that is, that's cool.
And that's why it's so,
that's really cool.
That is cool. That's why it's so important that we just be ourselves, man. Be who you are. Do you. I always say do you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you. Whatever that is, do you.
Yeah, because I had no intentions, like I said, of becoming a trendsetter of any kind. It's just, in Houston,
that's
you need
just
to
the
be
way.
natural.
Exactly.
It's too hot not to be.
Well, you keep on being natural, baby. There's so much more to come.
Absolutely.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
And this was a question that I asked Kelly Price actually when I had a chance to work with her, because she does R&B and she does gospel.
Right.
Are there ever times that you feel like if you're doing R&B you should not do gospel?
Absolutely.
Or you feel like you should just absolutely not?
No.
So there's nothing conflicting with R&B and doing gospel?
No, I think the artists who are doing both have their souls are convicted. They want to talk about the relationship with God, so they do gospel.
Okay.
And then, but they want to talk about real life, so they sing R&B.
Okay. Okay.
So R&B is no more than what's happening in our lives every day, and then there's the gospel side of them that want to talk about their connection with God.
Wow.
Me, myself, I choose to keep my connection private with God, not necessarily singing the gospel. I would probably stick to one genre, but I would love to be on stuff like Celebration of Gospel, to do segments like that. But I don't know if I would be that artist to put out a
gospel CD.
A gospel CD.
Okay.
Because I feel like my relationship with him is sacred to me.
Yeah.
And he has people that he's designed to do that for him.
Got you.
And
that's their lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't feel like a lot of R&B singers, we get ridiculed for what we sing, but the whole point of the matter is you go through what I sing, so why would you ridicule me for what it is that I'm singing?
Got you.
Whether it's a hard time, whether it's being in love, whether it's being intimate, whether it's whatever it's talking about.
Right.
Not 10 times out of 10, you've been through it.
Yes.
So to call me a hypocrite for putting out your business
through song.
Yeah, it's kind of oxymoron to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't. I don't really listen to it.
Okay.
And I always one reason why I always said I couldn't be a gospel singer is because I don't like to mix business and religion.
Wow.
Because now I'm in a place where what if I'm going to a venue, they don't have my money? Do I leave those people without a word from God? Or do I think about their souls, or do I think about the food that my kids are missing because you didn't pay me?
Got you.
So it's going to be hard for me to do my job effectively if both ends are not met.
Okay.
So I really commend the gospel community for what they do. I'm not that strong.
Oh, you're not that girl?
I'm going to need mine right up. I need you to make sure there is no misunderstanding.
Okay.
I'm going to need half before I get there. I'm going to need my other half when I arrive.
Got to have your paper.
This is what I do.
And it happens in the music industry.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, you get there, you're getting ready to perform, and they don't have your check ready.
Yeah.
I've seen that with some major artists, actually. Yeah.
That's why deposits are everybody's best friend. Oh, just in case you don't make it.
That deposit was there. There you go.
Okay.
And that's important. I know that you're very spiritually grounded.
Absolutely.
And I know you lean on God for everything in your life.
Yes.
Now, I know recently also that you just lost a very dear friend to you. Yeah.
Best friends.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
And for how many years, Taya?
28.
For 28
we
were
12 years old when we met.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, what has that been like for you?
Well, the mourning process is unlike anything I've ever experienced. She was not only my best friend, but she was my son's godmother. Okay. So it took on two people in my household being extremely hurt. He had her for 18 years. I had her for 28.
Right.
So it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. But like you said, I have my mom's an evangelist. I came up in a family full of preachers, deacons, missionaries.
Right.
So I definitely am in a place where I'm trying to just solely depend on
God.
Yeah. Sanity and peace of mind is everything.
Right.
It's not at the end of the day, I do this for my family. So when a big piece of my family comes up missing, I lost her to cirrhosis of the liver.
Cirrhosis of the liver?
Yeah.
Okay.
And me being a cancer survivor, and her, she passed just shy of her 40th birthday.
Wow.
And it was really hard, but I think that now the refocus that I have, I got to do this for us.
Yeah.
I wish that she could have enjoyed the fruits of my labor with me, but I definitely got to do this now.
Yeah.
And more than ever, I'm more determined to make it at this particular time.
That's good.
Because I have a lot of people who depend on me.
Right.
Her kids, my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make those that left me before I want to make them proud.
I think that's wonderful. And a lot of times we have to draw strength from those weak moments in our lives. Although they can beat us down,
Yeah.
we have to pull something from it
Absolutely.
to take us on and take us on and take us on so that we can keep
Absolutely.
moving forward. I know that you experienced cancer yourself. What was that like being a cancer survivor, Kaya?
I had cervical cancer.
Cervical cancer.
And at that particular time, I was on the road with Regina. No, I was on the road with Latoya when I found out.
With Latoya, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I actually remember that tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was on the road with Latoya when I found out, and but I was still traveling. I never left for the last, I would say 8 years. I never left. I was just constantly going from one artist to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So it never left. You know, I
Okay.
never had time to rest. And when Latoya went back in the studio for second record, I was still touring with Regina.
Okay.
And it was so that's when, you know, I told her, they made sure, you know, through, you know, when you feel fatigued, you know, just go straight to your room after, you know.
Right.
She was my mother hen.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going anywhere. You're not having any cocktails. You're going straight to sleep. You know,
right.
Here go a remedy. And her mom, honey, prayed like some.
Is that right?
Oh,
Like
prayed.
good old fashioned
Gave me
prayer,
some
huh?
great ginger tea. Yeah, I couldn't help but go to sleep. It was good, you know.
Well, no wonder you have an attachment to Regina and say that she's
Absolutely.
definitely one of your favorite artists.
But you know what? I emulated her as a child.
Is that right?
So when my voice tone and her voice tone is so much alike because
wow.
she was such a big influence on me.
Okay.
I remember when I first met Regina.
Uh-huh.
And she drew me into, everybody walked into the rehearsal hall.
Uh-huh.
And I'm standing by the door. You know me. I'm never at loss for words.
Never.
At any given moment.
Ever.
So,
ever.
When I see this woman who I've watched on TV, and it killed me because she had the infamous ponytail. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die when I saw her.
Is that right?
And she came in, she sat on a stool, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know, everybody come into the rehearsal hall. Everybody's like, well, where's Kaya? And I'm just standing there, peeping over at her. So she,
in awe, huh?
yeah, she catch me and she's like, "Come here," and I'm like, I couldn't even move, so I just told her no.
Is that right?
Yeah, she was like, "Little black girl, come here."
Little black girl with that big old fro.
Yeah,
come on
she
over here.
called me little black girl at first. Come here, little black girl. Her nickname for me, she called me Red now.
Okay.
Little black girl, come here. And I walked over and she was just like, "What is wrong with you?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "It is such a pleasure. Like, I could not believe."
Wow, I'm
You know,
right here
so
with Regina.
To be on tour with her, I got to meet the Freddie Jackson and Jeffrey Osborne, Stephanie Mills, you know, Houston's Jennifer Holliday.
Yeah.
You know, all of the greats that I listened to coming up as a kid.
Right.
Being under her tutelage, I got to see them all live. You know, People Bryson. I'm just like,
all the old school
you know, in
folks.
heaven. You know,
wow.
I'm like, so if I could get paid Beyonce money to travel with Regina Bell all the time,
you would do it, wouldn't you?
I'd never leave her side.
I understand.
I'd never.
I understand. And speaking of Beyonce and other talented Houston people like yourself, you got a CD that you might be working on, right?
Absolutely. I'm working on a mixtape.
You're working on a mixtape with our own stuff, all right?
Yeah, and I'm working on my single. It's a lot of interesting things to come this year for me.
That's
I'm really
fantastic.
excited, trying to get things in line. Like I said, trying to step out of my comfort zone,
right.
out of the safety box.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I have to make sure that now you can hear my live band sound in the studio. That's really hard.
Okay.
Because live music is live music. And,
live music is live
there's
music.
only one shot. You know, either I'm going to wow you
or you're going to
have to sit me down. So I'm well aware. But when I'm in the studio, we can always go back.
All right.
And I don't,
and you can fix,
yeah.
Right. Well, you know what? Before we leave, if you don't mind, because I know that how amazing your voice is, can you just give me a little bit of TAKAI Hicks? Kaya,
yes.
I'm really enjoying this interview, needless to say.
Me too.
You are hilarious.
Not well. I don't even try.
You're It's just natural, huh?
Yeah.
It's just who you are.
Fire sign. Can't help myself.
All right. Well, you know what? We ain't gonna keep on laughing because we keep on laughing. I never get to hear a little of that awesome gift that God has placed in you.
Uh-oh.
So you know, if you don't mind, don't mean to like put you on the spot or nothing, but if you can just.
But you're gonna put me on the spot. You don't mean to, but you're gonna do it.
That was good, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Cause I know so many people in H-Town and heard TAKAI HICKS do a thing, but I want to hear you just for those that might not have heard that amazing voice and that gift inside you. Can you just bless them with a little something?
Wow. Okay. I guess.
Song of your choosing.
Well, Anita Baker is my favorite
Is that right?
artist in the whole wide world.
Oh, all right, all
Yeah.
right.
So, yeah. Since we got a few people in here, can we snap?
Yeah.
When we met, I always knew I would feel the magic for you on my mind constantly. In my arms is where you should be. I love you here by me, baby. You've let my love fly free. I want you in my life for all time.
Wow.
I'm caught
Wow.
up in the rapture of love.
Wow. Everybody, Miss TAKAI HICKS,
Thank you.
amazing. Man, I love you.
I love you too.
You keep doing what you're doing.
I
Keep
will.
letting the Lord use you.
Absolutely.
And keep blessing people.
Oh.
Yes. All right. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in the near future on more of our shows. I know that you've enjoyed TAKAI just as I have. All right. Until next time. Let's talk.